All right, black folks, let us know our history. I advise you put out something about the Black Wall Street. And I've made comments about Black Wall Street and the Harlem Renaissance before. Malcolm X once said, if you can be convinced that you never did anything, you will never do anything. Well, for all you people who don't have a starting point, we're not. My history in America is not just picking cotton. My history in America is also Reconstruction, which is after slavery. We got together, became a political force, became business owners, farmers, bank owners, inventors, and we made great strides in such a short amount of time and affected American policy in such a short amount of time. They created Jim Crow. During Jim Crow is one of the reasons why you see so many wealthy white families. It's not just slavery. Jim Crow was part of the institution of business prejudice and racism, which was always there in general. But this was the time where the real McCoy was actually a black man who invented an engine lubricator, which made him rich. Just like the lady that invented the perm made her rich. Just like um, inventor T. Love I believe he made himself rich. Those were the times where black inventors, black creators took sole credit for their intellectual properties. And when we started making money as a community like that, and started growing and building our own communities like that, the institutional racism of America used racism itself to take credit for it. So even when I got on here before and I talked about black inventors inventing things, people would say stuff like, well, such and such invented this, or such and such invented this. Like when I talk about the brother that invented the stoplight, well, the stoplight was invented, blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. When I say we invented something, we made it, we created it. That who takes credit for it was who took the patent. And during that time, people would steal patents. Black people ain't the only person who got jammed up out of their patent. As a matter of fact, they made a movie about the white guy who got jammed up out of his patent in the 50s or 60s when he created the automatic windshield wiper. That we use to our cars today. He had to fight tooth and nail to get the money for that, to get the credit for that, because the businesses were so powerful. They stole his patent. He was a white guy. So imagine if that white guy was a black guy. That's what I'm talking about. When I talk about Thomas Edison, quote unquote, inventing the light bulb. Well, here's the thing. Thomas Edison did not. He had a black inventor on his team because Thomas Edison was really not an inventor. He was more of an investor. The black guy figured out how to use tungsten as a filament to make the light bulb light with electricity. That being said, Thomas Edison took credit for the light bulb and how it was lit, and got a company through J.P. Morgan Chase, if I'm not mistaken. That's how our houses are all connected, and technology is connected like that. That was direct current, the group AC/DC, alternating current, and direct current. I'm saying that because Nikola Tesla was also working for um, Mikhail Tesla. If for all you people, Tesla, the same Tesla, if I'm not mistaken, that has these electric Tesla cars running around, that company named after him. He was also there, and he wanted to use alternating current. But Edison didn't like that. So what Edison decided to do was like, whatever, he ignored him. So Tesla, being that Tesla was a white guy, he went to Westinghouse. I mean, in Westinghouse figured, hey, there's a different way to make money. Westinghouse, for all you people who don't know out there, Westinghouse is an energy a big energy company. So I'm saying that to say this. You see, there's no real difference between the ingenuity of Tesla and Edison, and the sad thing about it is I've forgotten the black guy's name because they rarely put it's not really in history books like that anymore. He went from having a name to the black guy. But that's my point in itself. You know, Edison has a company, Tesla had a company, Tesla has a company named after Tesla. There you go. The black guy who actually was the cog to create all of this, he didn't get that kind of credit. We can move fast forward all the way up to today with that. I'm saying that because we own banks, made schools, grocery stores, libraries, farmers. The black farmers in America just got reparations when it's odd that black farmers can get reparations, but black people can't get reparations because the black farmers got reparations because, as a friend of the family says, or my uncle says, not a friend of the family, you know, grocery stores don't want chocolate milk, i.e., they don't want milk that comes from black people that own cows, so they won't buy it. They don't want beef that comes from black people that own cows, so they won't buy it. They don't want fruits and vegetables from black people that grow fruits and vegetables, so they won't buy it. Thus, trying to run every farmer into the ground who's black. And as much overeating goes on in America, you don't think they have a market for all this food? Like, you give a damn where your burger came from? You don't, but people do. So I want to I'm putting that out there. And same thing about the reparations that just happened. The irony of that is, on the flip side of the farmers, they pay white farmers they subsidize plenty of white farmers to grow or not to grow certain things. There's millionaire farmers out there who just getting paid to either grow a particular thing or not to grow a particular thing. And you can say, yeah, you know, there's black farmers out there. How come they can't get subsidized? There are a few that got subsidized. You always got to make it look like, you know, look, that one person over there did it. So how come all of y'all didn't do it? How about the 600 people that you denied that fit the same criteria? There you go. So we got to understand, learn the history of our own history. We bank owners, Harlem Renaissance, you can go, Civil Rights Movement, you can go, Black Panther Party, you can go, fast forward, the Million Man March, you could go, Obama being the second black president, which he really doesn't like us as a community. So in a sense, yes, he is the second black president, though he's mixed, and he more clings to his white side than anything else, which is still history, so whatever. Our quote-unquote inventors right now, the brother that works for IBM that created that mega chip that IBM gets a lot of stuff for, let's be real. The brother that makes the Super Soaker, the Kathy Lee who created the Channel One, the radio stations, TV, which is also TV One now, and to be the number one radio conglomerate in America, because she has all the number one. She's number one in every city. In, Radio One and its entities are always number one in the major cities. Um, I can go. I really could go on and on, you know. But I want you to know it's other people out there, man. We have mathematicians. We have Ben Carson. We have, excuse me. Sorry about that. By the way, like going back a little bit, when I say mathematicians, it was a black mathematician who created the calculations to get a flight to the moon in the first place. Okay? So we have to know the kind of things we can do. And I'm just putting out the kind of things we can do. A lot of times when we create things and do things, it our creation has caused this country, in a sense, to undermine everything we do. There's a reason why people start the school system in black communities has have failed because there's too many black people doing too many big things intellectually. It's a reason why the music programs in black communities have failed because there are too many famous black musicians who made too much money. There's a reason why the agriculture has failed because there's too many black people that was making good money as farmers because everybody wasn't no damn sharecropper. There's a reason why all this stuff has failed because it was sabotaged. There's a reason why our communities. I'm gonna talk about that on another block. I'm done with this one. You know what? Peace.